a very enjoyable day in some very gloomy weather. I'm back at Uri, chasing the rainbows again. This is a compressed day of over 7 hours of fishing, but I've got one or two nice fish, and I've put a time there for the first fish at 10:40 if you want to dash straight and look at that before listening or viewing any more. And there's a second fish coming out at 12:50. So please like and subscribe, it helps me a lot, stops my stuff from being completely lost on the YouTube channel. Thank you. Well, this is quite a wet day, and well, for the first time this year the weather forecast for Uri is right, with very light wind and light rain. Unfortunately, it's that very fine rain that, as comedian Peter Kay says, wets you right through. It certainly does. I'm already soaked and I've only been here 10 minutes. I was walking along to go much further, and very close to the shoreline I spotted a rise, so it'd be a mistake not to give it a cast or two. So I've got Flywise, I've got that small March brown that I did a video tie-in the other day on the point, and I've got a little bushy dry fly, no particular pattern, it's just something I've knocked up myself. And I mean, any of you that have watched previous videos of mine know that I'm quite into my dry fly. Well, I've moved a bit further down to another bit of shoreline and just seen a small rise. I think that's basically a brown trout or a rudd. It was quite a small disturbance. So what I'm planning to do here is cast out, leave it a few seconds and retrieve the fly about 20 feet or so, and then recast. I was going to wade a little way into the water, but the rocks here have become completely slimed over like glass, and as I started to get into the water I disturbed a massive crayfish that swam off at great speed. I didn't realise how fast those things could move. Now I'll get in the water here, away from those slimy rocks. Well, last time I was here I lost a decent rainbow, but I was mistaking rising gas that was coming off the water as rising fish. So I spent some time pursuing gas bubbles. Now in past years this little bit here used to be absolutely stuffed with small brown trout. There's a good rainbow. It's just entailed quite a long cast from here, but I hope it's working its way along the shoreline. You see, that's the gas again rising. Maybe the next government plan will be to drain the reservoirs to stop methane from rising. I don't know whether you can spot on the action cam, but the gas activity is quite strong. It really does look like small fish feeding. I fished a very poor still water fishery that's since closed down quite close to Carlisle. Very acidic piece of water, and I spent hours fishing close to some rushes for what I thought were fish moving around, and then eventually I hooked a pair of mating toads. So I think that says it all about that fishery. It was one of these places where he stocked with about 20 big fish at the start of the season, and everybody told you how marvellous the place was, and then that was it. Anything that was left over was losing weight rapidly in condition and went around with fungusy fins, you know. I'm sure quite a few people watching this video will have had the misfortune of fishing similar waters themselves. This is one section of Fury. I don't recommend you fishing unless you're young and fit and the weather's dry, because these rocks, especially on a wet day like today, are exceptionally slippery, and it drops away quite quickly. You could easily have an accident where you fall backwards and knock yourself out and then just slip quietly into the water. If ever you were fishing a little section like this, it'd be worthwhile fishing with a friend, so at least you can keep an eye on each other. Right, I'm going to fish along this margin to where all the white foam is, but very close to the edge, because I know last time I was here quite a lot of fish settled very close to this side. So if I don't get anything, I will then change over to some larger flies. Well, There was one. I don't know why I missed that one. It was a lovely head and tail rise. Anyway, that's better than a poke in the eye. There we go. I think I'll just move up here so I'm not having a fight with all this greenery. And they always give a good account for themselves in here. Off. Oh well. Never mind. Well, I've got another one here, which is taken with the most dramatic splash. You can see that stack of bubbles over there. I turned off the action cam because nothing was happening for a while. I find it hard enough to get people to watch all the way to the end of a 10-minute video without a 2-hour long one. It's a nice fish, that. Be nice if we could have a look at it at least. Oh my goodness, it's foul hooked. We'll keep still. That's it. At least with a barbless hook you haven't got. Come on, there's nothing wrong with you. There it goes. Right. Well, I'm just going to have an early food break. I've got some naked katsu curry, Japanese style, and at least with a bit of something warm inside me, it'll help me weather it's getting quite cold now. I think we've been spoilt with so much warm weather, and last week I was in Sorrento, which is in the 30s, so I was very warm indeed. Here we are, jet boil's done its stuff. I love the way you get this orange indicator to indicate when it's fully boiled. And I'm just going to have a little bit of a try for a couple of fish that was quite close to me here. One of them came twice to the fly and still managed to miss it, or of course any fish that was here half an hour ago could be in any place now, but there we go. Well, let's hope this one isn't foul hooked or dropping off like the other one. Oh, that's a good sign, a fish rising nearby. Bugger! I was just about to say, I can feel it banging on something under the water, and sure enough it was. Well, it's short-lived. Well, That's the first fish of the day that I've actually fairly hooked and landed. It's a tiny brown trout. Go. There we go. It's easy done. Right. It's a very attractive fish. Don't go back into the shore, swim away from it. There we go. I've put on a damsel nymph to try see if I can get anything in this foamy region. Which seems to have done the trick anyway. Come on, in you go. That's it. Oh, quite a nice fish. It's got a wound on it probably. That's it, fly out. So, okay, off you go. There you go. Tangled up again in my landing net. Let's see. Is it better at the top there or down here? It's the worst of these high banks. It's even damn well worse here. Oh dear. There we go. Gosh. It's an adventurous fish. Out. Right. There you go. Off you go, son. That's another nice one. Let's hook out. Go on, away you go. Right, I've worked my way back down here, and not that fish, but the fish before, I caught it just off this bush. So I was flicking the fly in on the way down and had that one take close to the bank. And when I say close to the bank, I mean close to the bank. Probably only just over 10 feet or so from the edge. At the end of the day, I came to this bit of shoreline that juts out. Somebody else was fishing and says there's a lot of fish moving. I tried pretty hard, chopping and changing flies, and only had one fish take. But I was getting fairly tired. I'd had a good 7 hours of flogging the water in the rain and a few fish, so I'd had more than enough sport for the day, and decided the best thing was to go home before the road completely fouled up with traffic, as it usually does near Penrith. Anyway, bye for now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.